Hello everyone. We are just moving on to the next session, which is measure, barline and double barline. This is a theory session, but I would like to go back to correcting the work from last week. So please, last class, please go to your previous class and or sheet or anything to go through this with me, okay? So, your answers for number 1 was 2. The first one was given to you as fill in the blanks with the correct number. How many of these do you need to make this? So, the answer was 4. So, how many do you need? Hang on, did I even get in the right frame? Get in the frame when I did that? Let me do that again. I didn't even notice if I was in the right frame. Yeah, 4. You needed 4 crotchets to make a semi-breve. Okay. Next was how many crotchets did you need to make a minim? The answer was 2. Okay. Tick, cross. Next is how many of these, how many semi-breves for 4 crotchets? To make 4 crotchets, how many of these do you need? The answer is only 1, because this is worth 4 beats, which equals to 4 of these. Okay, next one is how many minims do you need for a semi-breve? The answer is 2. This is worth 2 beats. So you need 2 2-beat notes to equal 4. Next is how many minims for 4 crotchets? Okay, the answer is 2. Okay, and then last one, how many whole notes do you need, or semi-breves do you need for 2 minims, or 2 half notes? The answer is just 1. Again, this is worth 4 beats. These are each worth 2. All right, so the next thing, exercise 2, the answers for that one. It says to draw the stems in the correct direction with the correct length. All right, so let's start with the first one was, actually what I'll do is draw a bass clef and a treble clef depending on the answer, okay? And I'll write in front of whichever answer it is. So the first one was this note, and you had to go as far as here to draw the stem. The answer is C. The next one was in treble clef with a note here. You had to have drawn a stem up to here, all right? And that was an A. Okay, next one was a D with a stem going down. Okay, next one was an E in the bass clef with the stem going down here. The answer was E for that one. Then the next one was a D in the treble clef, so a D. Then the next one was an F, stem going down. Next one was a B in the treble clef, stem going down. Next one was a B in the bass clef with the stem going up, followed by a C in the treble clef with the stem going down. The answer to that was C. Still on treble clef was here with the stem going up, answer being G. And the last one was back to bass clef with a note here, stem going up to make an A. I hope that makes sense. You'll have to go back to just to correct these. All right. So number 3. Now the C, it's telling you in the treble clef to draw the note and whatever value it asks you to do. So let's start with that. Let's go all the way back here so I can reach better. The first answer was a C whole note. You could have had it here or you could have had it here. So that was a C whole. You have to have had the note in the right place as well as the shape correctly. Okay? The next one was A quarter, which is here. Okay? You could potentially, if you knew your ledger lines, could have it here. Next is E half. So it could have been here. Or it could have been here. Either is correct. Then you had an F whole. A whole note for the F. It could have also been here. Alright, then you had B quarter, which could have been here. Or, if you knew your ledger lines, over here. Alright, next one was D quarter. Could have been here, or it could have been here. Alright, and last one, G half. Could have been there, or it could have been here. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so you not only had to identify where the notes are on the treble clef, but you had to have drawn the certain note value. If you didn't get that, make sure you work out where you went wrong. Next one is the bass clef. Doing the same thing in the bass clef. So that's exercise 4. Now, again, you could have had a few answers. So the first one was E half, which is here with shaped like this, or it could have been here. Okay. Next was D quarter. Could have been here. It could have been up here. Okay. Next was A whole. Could have been here. Could have been here. C quarter. Could have been here. Stem going up. Could have been here. Stem going down. F half. Could have been here. Or could have been here. Alright. B could have B whole. Could have been here. Could have been here. Last one, G half, could have been here. It could have also been here. So if you got any of those right or some are right, well done. If you didn't get any right or you got very few right, please make sure you go through the videos and please ask for help from your teacher. All right? It's like I said, it's only going to get harder from here. Now, I would like you to go, we are making a start on our next unit. It's called Measures, Barline and Double Barline. Measure, and in bracket actually, I would like you to write bar then bar line, double bar line. Excuse my handwriting. All right, but it's measure with the word bar in brackets, bar line, double bar line. All right, so what is that? When we are reading music, we separate the length of notes to make it easier to read. So for example, I have a treble clef note. Okay? And the piano part tells me certain things. All right? Starting with treble clef notes. I'm just going to turn the keyboard on. And I'm just doing the same thing as I did last time. C. Let me actually properly do that. C. D. Can see the length of my stems going to the next note. The next of the same letter. And going down after we get to the middle line. Okay, so at the moment we've got so we have that, and they're all one beat notes. But as a musician, if it's hard to know where you are up to if you keep reading note after note after note, and if you get lost for some reason or whatever, or if you get lost, or if you need to work out what beat you're on, we need bar lines to help us group these notes. So all you need to know is that a bar line divides a series of notes. So this, you should be copying all this, by the way. This is a bar line. Okay? So I'm just going to write that here. Bar line. Okay? Now, we have another thing. So as you can see, the bar line separates the notes in groups. You can also see that they are grouped in fours. 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we also have the double bar line. That tells us that it is, tells the musician and it tells the composer that that is the end of the music. You don't need to write anything from there. Now, the next thing you need to know is the bar. So far, we've taught you the bar line that separates a series of notes into even notes. Double bar line teaches us or tells you that the song is over, and that's the only, or it's the end. And the bar. What is a bar or a measure? So measure is another name for bar, or bar is another name for measure, and the bar is the distance from one bar line to another. So this group of 4 is 1 bar. So this is a bar. Pretend, because it's the start of the music, there's an imaginary bar line here. Then, from here to the next bar line or double bar line is another bar. So a bar is the distance, or is the space, or the series of notes between bar lines. Or the start to the next bar line. So that is a bar or a measure. We're going to be using the word bar a lot more than measure. So please make sure you understand that bar and measure mean the same thing. All right, that is one thing you need to know. Then the second thing, just give me a second. I'm going to raise my screen a bit. I've just extended the screen just to teach you the next thing. Let me just move this a bit here. So, we've taught you bar lines, double bar lines, and bars for just a single staff. But what about grand staffs? So, what we do is, one, we draw our bass clef, of course. Remember, a grand staff is both treble clef and bass clef. Okay, and to know that it's a grand staff, we put a little bracket at the end, at the start, sorry. Okay, to tell us that it is a grand staff and to be played at the same time. What about bar lines there? All we need to do is extend the bar line here. Okay, that means both bar lines are applied in both treble clef and bass clef. We extend the bar line to cover both staves. So, if you don't remember what a grand staff is, you need to go back. We also extend the double bar line to the next stave. So, again, it's a bit out of frame, but I think you get my point. So, if you have any questions, please don't forget to ask. That's really